Texas Governor Greg Abbott leading the charge of more than a dozen GOP governors who traveled to the southern border over the weekend in a show of force against Joe Biden and his administration. The governors demanding the right for states to defend themselves against the overwhelming migrant surge. Watch this.
We are here to send a loud and clear message that we are banding together to fight to ensure that we will be able to maintain our constitutional guarantee that states will be able to defend against any type of imminent danger or an invasion.
Joining us now, Texas DPS spokesperson, Lieutenant Chris Olivarez. Lieutenant, great to see you. What do you make of this show of support by these Republican governors for the governor of Texas and the right to protect not only the state, but really the entire nation? That's what Texas is doing.
Well, good evening, Dagan and Sean. Thanks for having me on. So I just got back from Eagle Pass. I was there yesterday during that visit with the governors. And I can tell you just to be able to be a part of that overwhelming support from these 13 governors. And that's not just these 13 governors. There's 25 governors that are showing support for Governor Abbott and for the state of Texas for what we're doing. That's half of what we're experiencing right now, of course, in terms of the governors in the country right now. That sends a powerful message that we are united along with these 25 other governors, these 25 states. And that sends a powerful message to the federal government that we're going to continue moving forward with border operations. We're going to do our part because we do have the constitutional authority to secure our border and to protect our state. So that in itself does send a very clear message that we're not backing down and that we are stronger when we are united. And it's going to be much more challenging for the federal government to actually challenge Texas when we have 25 other governors that are willing to provide military support as well as law enforcement support in the state of Texas.
So, Lieutenant, that's my question. Is the message really that you're not going to stand down? These 25 governors are going to stand together on immigration, number one, and number two, message to Joe Biden: get out of our way. If you're not going to secure the border, let us do it. We'll handle this. You go sit in your rocking chair and eat some pudding.
Well, absolutely. That's a great point. So, I mean, we've been dealing with this for the last 3 years, the state of Texas, and what we've been doing, what Governor Abbott has been doing because of his commitment and support in securing the border. But now when you have 25 additional governors stepping up, it does send a message that we are not going to back down, and we haven't backed down. In fact, if you look at Shelby Park in Eagle Pass, Texas, that's been the focal point in this last month because we have seized control over that park from federal authorities. And it's all because of the surge that we were seeing and we experienced in December when we had the largest amount of illegal immigration that was taking place in Eagle Pass, Texas. Now, we know for a fact that the cause and effect is the fact that the federal government has neglected their duty to secure the border and to protect Americans. And that's what we're dealing with. So now having this additional support is going to provide a very much stronger message that we are stronger together. And of course, the federal government should be thanking Governor Abbott for what he's been doing for the last 3 years and thanking the men and women of Texas DPS and National Guard for taking on this responsibility.
There were calls from Democrats for President Biden to federalize the National Guard in Texas. Is it safe to say that he's backed away from that idea and backed away from pitting basically creating a constitutional and military conflict in the state?
I believe so. I think it's going to be very challenging for the federal government to do that in terms of the optics, to really federalize, Texas National Guard. But even more so now having these additional supports. I mean, we have these governors that are offering to provide additional soldiers and law enforcement to the border. It's going to be very challenging and really puts the federal government in a tough situation to actually continue to challenge Texas. I don't see that happening. And if it does, the Governor Abbott made it very clear that he's prepared for it. And again, we're just going to stand strong. We're not going to back down.
And it puts Border Patrol right in the middle of this fight. They probably, in their hearts, want to help you secure the border, but they work for Joe Biden. It is a mess. Thank you for coming and telling us the story, Lieutenant Chris Olivarez. Keep up the good work down in Texas. We appreciate it.
Appreciate you guys.